They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is grow.
Today, two heavy hitters Stephen A. Smith and Chicago Sky GM Jeff Pagliocca publicly call out Angel Reese. But it all traces back to one explosive moment: Caitlin Clark's absence rolling shockwaves through the league. What happens when the WNBA's brightest star is sidelined and criticism flows in every direction? This is wild.
The Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlin Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday.
Before the controversy, there was Caitlin Clark, who ignited attendance, record draft viewership, and sold out arenas with her meteoric rookie run.
Was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last part. I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you right now. Put this tweet up, please, so our audience can see it here. At 4th Gen Bucci, B-U-C-C-I, right? Stephen A. Smith, can the WNBA keep itself afloat while CC, as in Caitlin Clark, is out?
In June 2025, Clark suffers a quad strain and misses at least 2 weeks. Ratings for Fever games drop. Recent national televised games lost over 50% of viewers post-injury.
Unfortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you may.
Enter Stephen A. Smith tidal wave of critique. He declared, "The league can't survive without Caitlin." Stephen A. exploded on air over league leadership ignoring Clark's value while letting Angel Reese try to steal the spotlight.
Fanatics also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA-specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
Just as the WNBA reels from Clark's absence, Pagliocca went public. "We need more out of Angel Reese," calling her missed layups unacceptable. The tone was brutal. Fans called him out. Insiders said he crossed the line.
Thanks to Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year, according to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319% from the year early.
Angel Reese, once the face of the Sky and a media darling, is now cast into sharp contrast with Clark. Sources hint at rising resentment in the locker room. Fellow vets whispering she gets slack others wouldn't. Meanwhile, Clark sells out arenas without ever stepping on the court lately.
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings, because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is valid.
This isn't just about missed shots or rough fouls. It's about who the league elevates and how it handles its biggest draw. Stephen A. labeled Clark the golden goose. Pagliocca turned public criticism into a spectacle. But critics point out Clark, too, has her flaws. High turnovers, PER below some veterans, injury concerns.
Let's bring back Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Now, where does this go? Pagliocca's comments put Reese on notice. Could she be benched or even traded? Meanwhile, Indiana's upcoming games without Clark are now tests of stickiness. Media interviews are lined up. Clark's recovery, Reese's response, league leaders facing heat.
Notice when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
As viewers, we ask, does the WNBA value its star power or chip away at it? Is this a lesson in accountability or branding gone wrong? What happens when your engine is sidelined and your scapegoat is public? Stick around, because the fallout is just beginning.
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the fourth different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana?
Caitlin Clark tied her alma mater to a ratings boom. But now she's injured, while Angel Reese, already under fire, has her own storm to face. Stephen A. Smith and Chicago GM Jeff Pagliocca just delivered a gut punch. We might drop her. Here's how the drama exploded.
Tide lifts all boats. And if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that, then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2.
From Iowa to Indiana, Caitlin Clark sparked attendance records, shattered viewership, 18.9 million for her NCAA title game, and redefined the WNBA's value. Known as the Caitlin Clark effect, she boosted league value to nearly $1 billion.
You know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow.
Clark's quad injury stunned the WNBA, and Stephen A. Smith blasted the league. If ratings crater without Clark, then everyone needs to stand down and ride that wave. He's watching the numbers closely.
I think Stephen A. is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky, because both of those teams moved those games to big arenas. So it's like, now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know, because majority of the people that's watching the Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about the entire.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, GM Jeff Pagliocca went public calling out Angel Reese after the Sky's poor 2-6 start. "We need more out of Angel Reese. We might drop her."
Everybody was moving Caitlin Clark games to bigger facilities because everyone was selling tickets. There were ratings. It was a ratings bonanza. Now with Caitlin Clark not playing, what do? Well, when you change your situs, guess what? You can't change it back.
Yep. The tickets are literally half the price, and there are entire sections of the stadium that have not sold any.
Reports describe a locker room at war resentment over opportunities Reese receives, frustration mounting over missed layups. Insiders even claim she's getting chances others don't. The divide is widening.
2.2 million average viewers
Tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever take on the Liberty.
Peaking at 3.2 million viewers is crazy for the WNBA, even for the Fever.
Became the 6th most watched WNBA regular season or playoff.
Caitlin Clark surged with 19 PPG and league-leading assists. Angel Reese shouldered criticism amid scoring slumps. The Clark-Reese rivalry, once collegiate media fodder, now defines brand narratives in the WNBA.
She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had.
Reese didn't retreat. She leaned into brand identity, attending the Met Gala and building merch lines. Pagliocca addressed the controversy. She still puts basketball first. But critics question priorities.
Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
Caitlin's injury absence carries league-wide financial stakes. Angel's core performance now determines her fate. For Reese, momentum shifted. Could this public chastisement be her breaking point?
Literally cannot make this up. When she's not playing, ticket prices, merchandise sales plummet. Viewership declines when she is not suited up in uniform. The numbers do not lie, guys. Caitlin Clark is the biggest box office attraction in the WNBA, period. Facts over.
Stephen A. Smith called it Caitlin's impact is proved in absence. Pagliocca's public critique signals impatience with Reese. Now the remainder of the season will test whether hype or hustle wins in Chicago. Tell us, should the Sky stay loyal to Reese or pivot entirely around Clark-style stars?
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is the Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana Fever?